Fortunately, gun violence has not affected me personally in my daily life, but I have experienced gun violence at some point in an old neighborhood. There was a lot of shootings and a lot of frequent homicides that happened relatively close to my neighborhood, and it definitely raised caution walking home. I couldn't even walk my dog at nights because I was afraid of something happening. So, and I think a lot of it had to do with gang activity happening around my old neighborhood. So it's a very scary thing to have to deal with on a daily basis. But fortunately, I've kind of been removed from that neighborhood and no longer experience those things as much as I did before. I think obviously police presence could be a big help, but I think we have to look at the root of the problem and find out why things are resulting in gun violence. People can argue gun control, but that's not the root of the problem. I think a lot of the community, the neighborhoods, the culture of the community and neighborhoods need to be reevaluated. Resources need to be provided for these communities and the people living in there so that they can develop some type of way to answer to the problems that are really there. And gun violence is, I think, one of the results of those problems. I am attending this Sunday. It's Stand Up Chicago against gun violence. One of my colleagues, Mr. Legabo, is leading this rally at Lane Tech, and we're going to get together and kind of show unity against the violence that is prevalent in Chicago due to gun violence. And hopefully this raises awareness and it kind of demonstrates our solidarity, and hopefully it shows support against those who are victims or who know victims due to gun violence. I think that gun violence has been around for many, many years. I think it's becoming more public because of the internet. People are getting the word out more. It's hard being part of the North Side, being far removed from this, because a lot of it happens in certain areas of Chicago. But because of the internet, I think more and more people are obtaining knowledge and more closely connected to compared to how it was before because of social media.